With the Aviath soldiers defeated and the money safely in hand, I believed it to be clear skies. And yet, some clouds still darken Sir Soupstock's brow.
Man, I can't even do my job without somebody holding my hand. Maybe I just ain't cut out for this, yeah?
Apparently, even his own officers afforded him little respect. However, I saw in his earnest eyes and noble bearing that he had the makings of a great leader. Alas, we cannot view ourselves but by outward reflection, which often dims our inner value. You were given high office, Sir Soupstock. Does that not mean someone sees in you true worthiness, though you yourself may be blind to it? You must polish yourself until the quality of your character shines forth for all the world to behold. If you remain forever pure and forever righteous, then surely those around you will be attracted by your light. The lad lent me an attentive ear. But my words were not enough to blow the clouds of doubt from his face.
I mean, just take a look at how our city's split. You've got Golden Oaks, where the nobles and elite dwell, and the rest of us tucked away in Copper Square, which is, let's face it, a slum.
He continued.
Those wide-eyed beliefs of yours wouldn't last 2 seconds among the dirt and smoke of Copper Square. I wish I could be the person you say I am, but...
Biting his lip, Sir Soupstock shook his head and fell silent.
Mother said she would bring us salvation. It was a glorious message, and for that she gained a devoted following. As for me, how could I doubt the woman who pulled me from the fiery wreck, who raised me as her own? I thought that together we would save the Sky Realm, even if it meant cutting down any who opposed us. But over time, the sacrifices began to mount. I struggled. My reason battled with my heart, which battled with my conscience. Mother was pure and righteous, but to sacrifice the entire Sky Realm... No. She just lost her way for a bit. She'd wake up one day and see she had strayed. As her child, as her defender, I wanted to believe that she'd change for me. Even at the very end, when I was forced to turn my sword on her, I was praying for an alternative. Any alternative. But she would not repent. And I was confronted with the full force of the atrocities I'd committed in Avia's name. But there was one light left to guide me.
Just follow your heart. It might lead you to scary places, but at least you'll know you're being true to yourself.
Thank you, Lyria. If you hadn't reminded me of my own strength, I'd still be in the dark following Lilith. I swear to you that I will fix even more than I destroyed. And one day, perhaps I will be worthy of your forgiveness. "15 years ago, Dolly fell prey to a violent catastrophe. One that still lives etched in my mind. There was an explosion. Immense and sudden. My home went up in flames, and with it the only life I had ever known. People were fleeing and dying in all directions. The air was filled with screams and the smell of burning. Then I heard it. The soul-piercing roar of a dragon. My short life should have come to an end that day. Except...
Shh. It's okay. Let me be the one to save you.
Salvation came in the form of a kind woman. Her name was Lilith, prophet of the pilgrims of Avia. From that day forth, she was both my mother and mentor. I worshipped her. And the thing about devotion is, it makes you blind. Mother had followers in the hundreds, thousands, and my simple child's mind thought, well, if this many people have faith in her, she has to be good, right? I wanted desperately to be of use to her. So I trained to be the perfect guardian.
Young Id, one day you shall be as mighty as I.
General Galanza taught me how to fight.
You wouldn't want the other pilgrims saying you're riding your mother's coattails, would you? Then you must prove yourself.
General Magliel taught me why we fight. Her training was harsh, but that's how I acquired the makings of a general. All effort, no nepotism. Finally, I had some value to Mother. Her sharpest sword. I never felt happier or more accomplished. I thought we were going to save the Sky Realm. The naivete of it all. After we captured the Shaman of Salvation for Lilith's cause, I was assigned to be the girl's keeper. That made me enemy number one to the Grand Cypher's crew. Every time I took Lyria to a primal beast altar, they'd be there, and we'd fight. I mean, there was a time or two we had to cooperate to prevent widespread calamity. That's beside the point. They were standing in the way of Lilith's mission, opening a path to the Promised Land to Astalucia, and bringing salvation to all Sky Dwellers. Salvation. That's a powerful word in a messed up world like ours. I wonder everyone got roped in by her lies. Lilith was no more than an astral desperate to return to her home dimension, and she would have sacrificed the whole Sky Realm to do it. I tried to reason with her. Might as well have asked an avalanche to change course. So I turned to prayer. But what are hopes and belief without action? So left with no other choice, I joined the crew of the Grand Cypher to dispatch my own mother. But I never could have foreseen what would happen next. Lilith did something, and freed a monster from within me. The dragon I'd seen the day Dolly burned, with wings so vast they overshadowed all of Sega Grande. Bahamut Versa. But then I learned, Bahamut didn't cause the Dolly calamity. It had come to stop it. It was Lilith who killed my family and razed my home. She'd only let me live for one reason. She needed a vessel to seal the dragon in, and I was conveniently nearby. She'd raised me to win my loyalty and protect herself from the god of destruction now living inside me. But when I stopped being of use to her, she abandoned me and let me turn into Bahamut. I don't know how to describe the feeling of flesh melting into scales, a fire filling your stomach. All human warmth, human blood seemed to rush from my veins, and it was replaced by an overwhelming urge to destroy. It was like being swept away in a torrent. Any attempt to fight it only made the suffering worse. I was so tempted to give in. But the crew wouldn't let me. Apparently, the captain was sure I wouldn't lose my soul battle with Bahamut. So to help me along, they decided to beat on the dragon from the outside until he coughed me up. Yeah, Not the most elaborate plan. But it worked. The whole time they were fighting, they called my name, and the sound of their voices brought me back. I split myself from Bahamut, then joined the crew to take it down. We had our losses, though. Bahamut hit me and the captain with a blow that sent us hurtling into another dimension. A man named Roland dove in to save us, sacrificing himself along the way. And that's how we came back to Folka without him. Roland used to be the local Mr. Fix-It, by the way. And I took up that mantle. I owed him that much. And I figured it'd be a first step in making amends.
Which will it be? Here are the details. Be on your way.
Careful now. Like the North Wind! On my mark! Got him!
Very good.
Look at decimate! Cool spell!
Oh, that old hex? It was
Go
nothing.
get him!
You feel this one.
Looking good! I'm good! Just like that! Let's patch you up. Much obliged. Look at just like that!
Cover me!
I'll follow you! On my mark! This should do it!
Enough!
Now is the time to fulfill our oaths and prove our valor.
Looking good! Just like that!
Stop, rock, and roll!
On my mark! Let's go! Away with
Thought you had me.
on my blade! Now!
Let's go!
Score one for the Holy Knights!
And score 0 for
That's
evil!
Panacea!
Beat him down!
Watch his movements carefully!
Looking... Slash and bash! Range! Looking good. Try to keep up. Watch the north wind. Nope. Now's our chance! Let's finish this! Tempest Blade! Lancelot! Yes, Captain! Enough! I beat him down! Google! Shalom!
How about you? Nothing to it.
Focus! Shine as one! Hail first! He's right. Keep it up!
This one to me.
On my mark! Strike as one! Take this! One last push! Right! My
That was awesome. You were awesome.
Let's see. Ooh. Nice find. Neat. This should help.
Thank you.
Whew. We made it through.
Hello.
Of course!
Huh?
Oh there!
Hey, it's everyone's favorite crew. Perfect timing as usual. Truth is, I just put out an urgent cry for help. We got a caravan strong-armed by goblins in Skyworm Valley. I'm looking for folks to beat off the half-beasts and retrieve the stolen goods. Might be a tough battle, but think you can head out now?
Yeah.
Knew I could count on you. Take care of yourselves, you hear?
Today's its big fixer-upper debut. Let's all do our best to help him.
Find the goblins, recover the supplies. Sounds simple enough.
It will be. Combat's your forte, isn't it?
Yeah! And there's our gobbers.
I'll make this quick.
Take them wide open!
Well done, everyone.
It was my honor! Let's blast the next one, too!
Stay focused.
How's that feel? Look out! Here comes the backup brigade!
We'll manage. Keep picking them off.
Dang, Id. Glad they're on our side now. This is a cakewalk.
You hear that, Id?
Glad to be of help.
On guard. Away with you.
Oh, that's that. Let's grab the stuff and get out of here.
This should be it. Let's move on.
Something's watching us. Stay sharp.
More goblins. But they shouldn't be much of a threat.
I don't know. Kind of weird they're attacking with such a small band.
Agreed. Though I don't sense reinforcements.
Take this! You're mine! I see through you!
Wyvern! It's called Skyward Valley for a reason. Brace yourselves, everyone!
Sure explains why there weren't many goblins.
No, local goblins should know how to defend themselves against wyverns.
I am in your debt.
What, thank you.
Get back!
Strike as one!
Fine.
Show no quarter!
Keep your eyes forward.
Understood!
Understood.
My mind is a steel trap!
Well done.
I'll show you!
You're finished!
You'll feel this one! Take him out!
After you, too!
Let us topple them!
I'll do it.
That takes care of the flying lizard.
Sure.
No sight of the stuff we came for.
We'll just have to keep looking. Let's go.
Okay.
Wide open!
Back off!
On my arm!
Never
Just
enough!
when I needed you.
Go ahead! Sing my praises!
It's over!
You won't prevail!
Do you guys ever wonder how Roland was handling all these quests by himself?
He certainly has a knack for them, doesn't he? You really can leave it to Mr. Fix-It.
I'll heal you! Right on
Did you
time!
guys see that? Something big just flew by. Not part of the breed, not part of our problem.
Another goblin. Let's take it out before it notices us. Let's see. Not bad.
Take that!
Okay. Get back!
Refreshing!
What's this?
More of them. Here they come.
Something's wrong. They're all
I see
running,
through
but
you.
not from us.
Doesn't matter. We came here to do one thing. Destroy them. Again. Unbound! Back up! They're wide open! Right away! Fall!
That's for you goons.
Nice finish.
And yet I could find
Point right.
pleasure.
Let's end this.
Another goblin band? What gives? I don't know, but it looks like our hunch was right.
That was the last of them. Now let's retrieve those supplies.
That's 2 of 3 accounted for. So now we should have just one more.
Didn't know you were such a poet. That wasn't half bad.
Oh, Catalina, you sounded just like Sierra.
Wait, no, my sense of humor
Okay.
is far less pun-reliant.
I don't get it. Was something humorous just now?
Oh, it's nothing, Id. Don't break your brain over a little joke.
What joke? Looks useful.
Look at that! You think there's treasure inside? Let's check it out! You did great!
Not bad. Don't mind if I do.
All right, enough messing around. There's the last supply pack.
We have to take out these goblins first.
Strike true!
What was that? Stay alert!
No way! Nobody said anything about a griffin!
Well, this explains why the goblins were fleeing. No one wants to be griffin lunch.
Wasn't in the request. We can't have it stirring up any more monsters. In which case, better take it down.
Hey, now you're starting to sound like a real Mr. Fix-It. It's over! Strike!
Right away!
One last push!
For action!
Understood.
You've got the edge! Keep it up and the day will be ours! There's no telling what it will do with its back corner. Be careful. It's going to charge. Get out of its path!
Like the North Wind!
Unbound!
They shan't forget this.
In one fell assault!
Behold our virtuous power!
Take this!
We've worn it down! A few more shots and Bird Brains is done for!
Just what I needed.
On its last leg! Get him, Ed! On it!
Breaking leg!
adventure.
Mission, quest complete. Now to bring the items back to the client.
Yeesh, you're all business, huh?
Go easy on him. He's still new to all this.
Hey, I heard about the job. Thanks a million.
You should be thanking Id.
Yep, we couldn't have done it without him.
Id, the citizens of Tempeel would be honored if you kept serving our city. And I'm sorry that I ever doubted you.
Why be sorry?
I think Id meant to say that you don't need to apologize. That he's happy to help. Right, Id?
Yeah.
Lyria? When did you learn to speak Id? I mean, doesn't he remind you of a certain someone? Right? I've heard rocks who talk more than these two.
I speak plenty, I think.
Don't worry about it. You know what they say. Silence is golden.
Exactly. You might not talk the talk, but you certainly walk the walk. I know this city will be safe in your hands.
They never would have trusted me without your help. So thank you.
No worries. Let's make Roland proud.
We owe that guy our lives. Least we could do is help him with the housekeeping.
Yep. Not to mention, we even found his journal. Talk about a coinky-dink.
It truly is a priceless keepsake. His memories are etched across these pages.
He must have been super busy putting out fires to drop this and not even notice.
I don't know. Our boy Roland sounds exactly like the type to have his head in the clouds.
You know, if we keep running errands, maybe we'll find more of his belongings.
Good point. By retracing his footsteps, we could discover a way to rescue him.
Speaking of his footsteps, Id, if I may, there's one point I would like to emphasize.
What?
Skill wasn't the only reason Roland was so beloved. There was also the way he carried himself. How gentle he was.
That's for sure. I'd ask Roland for directions in a heartbeat. On the other hand, you always look like you just sniffed a garbage can.
So what should I do?
You could try smiling more?
Okay.
That's how someone would smile, if they were sitting on hot coal.
Oh, I know! Id, why don't you try acting like Roland? We can start with how he talks. Just leave it to Mr. Fix-It. Now your turn.
Just leave it to Mr. Fix-It.
Wow.
We've got a long way to go.
It's never too early to enjoy life.
wasn't so bad. What's next? Yoink. Let's see. Not bad.
Hello there. Here it is.
I'm gonna go get this report turned in.
Much thanks, Captain. Paperwork is...
Since the crew started helping Id with his job as the new Mr. Fix-It, we'd been really busy. The shop was completely flooded with requests. Those sad days when the Islanders didn't trust Id, they seemed like a lie now.
Lyria, how are you feeling today?
Id asked me that every time we met.
We're all worried about you. How's the lifelink holding up?
Right, our lifelink. Everyone thought it might have weakened when I was absorbed by Angra Mainyu. Honestly, I had been really scared back then. But now, with the weight of the sky off our shoulders, I felt better than ever. I flashed Vern and Id a smile to let them know I was okay. Talking about the lifelink brought back memories, and I realized Id still knew almost nothing about our adventures. I began by explaining Catalina's daring rescue of me and our escape from the Erste Empire. Then I described the big trees of Zinkenstill and the Imperial Hydra, and the sad reason I needed to make the lifelink with the captain. Eventually, we met Rackham and Io, Rosetta and Eugen. And before we knew it, our ship was full. It's really amazing how much our family has grown. The whole time I'd sat there, in silence, yes, but I could tell he was giving me 110% of his attention.
Since getting to Zega Grande, we've had a heck of a wild ride. But now that things have calmed down, we can get to making some good memories.
Sure.
I think I'm starting to understand Id. Sure, he has two modes, cold and colder. But if you really pay attention, you can see he has a warm enough heart. Id, the captain, the crew, you're the best friends I could ever ask for. Here's to hoping we'll be together forever.
After some exciting paperwork, I returned to find Lyria and Vern taking Id on a walk down memory lane.
You guys have seen some amazing things.
This was coming from someone who survived Lilith's schemes and won a mind battle with a god dragon. We'd all been through a lot.
It's all because the captain looks out for us. Yep, my butt is epic. You saw him save Lyria and this whole freaking skydom?
I turned to look at Vern, open-mouthed. Where was all this coming from?
I'm just trying to be vocal about my appreciation, remember? So yeah, take care of Lyria and keep up the good work.
I could certainly manage that. Just remembered, Sierra got us a whole bag of sweets as thanks for all our hard work. Lyria and Vern exchanged a glance so charged, I thought the air between them was going to burst into flame.
You should have told us that first. Early dragon gets the grub. Hey, no fair. Come on, Vern. Wait!
And just like that, they were off. Foodies, right?
Captain, you got a moment?
I turned around, about to ask, "You want some too?" But one look at Id's knitted brow, and the question died on my lips.
Let's duel.
Did I just hear that right? Why, though? Did he have something against cookies?
Sorry. It was the stories about your adventures. They put the thought into my head.
Oh, that's why... No, I still got nothing.
I want to protect Lyria just as much as you do.
He stalked away then, and left me staring after him. I was still having trouble piecing together his train of thought, but one thing was clear. He was doing it for Lyria's sake. The duel was to take place at Halewind Altar. Lots of memories there. It's where we first met Id, where I lost to him, and Lyria was taken from us.
Do you guys really have to do this?
We're friends now, right? Friends don't fight each other.
Lyria and Vern tried to talk me out of it the whole way there, but I just kept thinking of the look in Id's eye. He wasn't going to back down, and I respected that.
Captain.
Id had been staring into the distance, like a statue set to guard the altar. He turned when he heard our footsteps.
Now that we've gotten to know one another, I've come to realize something. There's no one that can keep Lyria safe better than you.
He took deliberate steps towards me, but this was nothing like the first time we met. Before, he'd been terrifying, like a hydra closing in on its prey. But now, there was something softer about the light in his eyes. You could tell he was there to help.
You're the real thing. A hero. You didn't just save Lyria, you saved the skies. And I thought, maybe if we crossed blades again, I'd learn something. Something that would help me be more like you.
Id.
I finally got it. Id and I... There was still a part of us that couldn't tear away from that fateful day at Halewind Altar. When Id had been a bad guy, and I'd been too weak to protect Lyria. But things were different now. And this fight was going to prove it. I'm not losing this time.
I'd be disappointed if you did.
I drew my sword and took the first step forward.
Come do this. Give me everything you've got.
Okay, right back at you.
Please, just promise me you two will be careful.
Please rest.
You're dust! Die! Faster! Go for broke! Come here. Come!
How's this?
We already knew this, but it's pretty much unstoppable.
We'll see about that.
I believe in you, bud. Show him how much you're powered up.
I've grown too.
Right!
You had your chance!
Be careful!
Let's up the ante.
Gonna take more than that to beat me.
Patience is thinning.
Nope!
No way!
You won't escape me! What happens? I'm not that. Come on, Captain! Were you supposed to protect Lyria
Let's
like
patch
that?
you up. I'm not out yet.
You can do it!
You're mine. Suffer!
They're weaker now! Decimate!
It's over! You're dust!
You can do it! We fight us!
Keep up!
Focus!
Get your ass, keep up!
Range!
Coming!
You can do it!
Don't move!
Looking good! Take him out! Looking good! So, wanna give up?
You wish. Just getting started.
Oh, I can't look anymore.
Keep up.
You missed!
Faster.
Enough! Get him!
You're finished!
Looking good. Let's end it! Got him! Just like that!
Be an easy fight.
You're no slouch yourself.
Bruised, but still smiling. That's my blood.
My patience
Come on.
is thinning.
Just a little longer.
You won't escape me! Senten!
Range!
Come! Come! Go for broke!
Slash and bash!
You're dust!
Looking...
Break!
You can do it!
Take this!
Give it your all! Take him out! This'll show him!
Mercy is for the weak.
There!
Don't move!
Looking good! Now's our chance! Let's finish this! Tempest Blade!
Thank you, Captain.
No. Thank you. I won. I stood, almost doubled over with my hands on my knees, trying to remember how to breathe. Id staggered over and stuck a clenched hand in my face. Yeah, of course he'd go for a fist bump. I tapped his knuckles lightly with mine, and just like that, we were back to being loyal crewmates. That duel had blown away all our regrets. No more looking over our shoulders. It was time to move past, well, our past.
Come to view the requests?
Hey, heard about your little spat with Id. Wish I still had that kind of energy.
Eugen gave me a hearty slap between the shoulder blades.
The chills I got when watching them. Man, they were going all out.
Of course, Vern had told everybody. I could appreciate honesty and openness throughout the crew, but I clearly needed to have a talk with that dragon about minding his own business.
So you're jealous Lyria's making new friends? What, do you have a crush or something?
Yo, don't be silly. That's not what this was about at all.
As Lyria tried to explain the situation, I just kind of sniffed and shuffled my feet. It had been a wild ride, but things were finally back to normal. I couldn't get the duel with Id out of my mind. He had been a perfect storm, placing his whole heart behind every blow. I had to remember what I was fighting for to even stand a chance. To be honest, I still don't think I'm stronger than him. I won this battle, yeah, but both of us are still changing, still growing. Who knows how it'll turn out if there's a next time. But I doubt we'll ever need to fight like that again. Id trusts me now. I can feel that just as much as I felt the shock of his sword clashing against mine. Trust is nice, but it always comes with responsibility. Still, that's the weight I signed up to carry when I became captain of the Grand Cipher, and took Lyria's hand all that time ago.
We really don't get a break.
For sure. It felt like everybody in Zega Grande had a job for Mr. Fix-It. Today's request? Just taking down a monster that can demolish a small village with a sneeze. No biggie. Vern, could you get us some potions?
You betcha! Liquid health coming right up!
Lyria, we're about to head out. Mind letting the rest of the crew know?
Sure, no problem.
I took a deep breath, letting it settle in my chest before releasing. We had a game plan, of course, but you never know how these things will go. Timing, coordination, everything had to be perfect.
You'll be fine. I trust you, and so does everyone else.
Id put a hand on my shoulder, and somehow that weight steadied me. We'd figure things out. We always did. I exchanged a nod with him, and we headed for the docks. The rest of the crew was already there, waving their arms in the air. From the smiles on their faces, you'd think we were going for a tropical vacation in Auguste. Well, either way, I was sure we'd all come out of it in one piece. We had a bright future ahead of us.